Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another Warcraft replay here. We are on Terenas Stand, the new one. And we have a Night Elf versus, was it Undead? Yeah, Undead. Should be Undead. Why is this thing not working? Okay, there we go. Alright. Yeah, hopefully nothing too bad happens. And we can get this done with one attempt. We have Infi spawning in as the blue Night Elf in the bottom right. Been seeing him playing a lot of Night Elf, especially in this particular patch. I think it's just got to do with Night Elf being very strong. But either way, gonna start out with the standard start here. Gonna start at the Sasquatch camp with the Ancient of War creeping. His opponent is going to be Lucifer, the red undead in the top left. Note, yeah, this is the recently changed Terenas Stands. I think it changed to 1.29 or 1.30, I can't actually remember. But yeah, the bases are at the absolute corners of the map instead of it being a goblin laboratory. The lab got moved over here. Actually, no, I think this was always a lab. I'm trying to remember if the corners were a lab or something else. No, I think it was always a lab, and yeah, this was supposed to be a merc camp. Yeah. Okay. Really weird. I mean, I've cast a lot of Terenas Stands, but I just can't remember that detail. Either way, we're gonna have standard Keeper of the Grove here for Infi. Very, very strong. Force of Nature. That one, I think it was mana reduction that was changed. It really helped him a lot, seeing him being played a lot more compared to the Demon Hunter. We do see the occasional Wardens, but that is kind of very situational. Either way, Keeper versus whatever Lucius is going to go for, and it is going to be indeed a Dreadlord. So Mass Ghouls here from Lucifer should be able to almost match up with the possible Huntress harassment that could come in for Infi. But of course that is only assuming if Infi is going to go for those Huntresses or not. Sasquatch is finally going to get taken out. Only damage suffered by the Ancient of War treants. I mean, you don't really care about those things as long as they can do the job, which they did. Level 2 for the Keeper, giving him that Sentry Ward as well as most likely Entangle as his second ability. Clearing out just other creep camps. No real reason to go and harass, as it seems Infi might not be going for a Hunter's Hole, as far as I can tell. Lucifer hoping to go for an early expand, which I guess is kind of the way to go with a mass ghoul opening with a Dreadlord. You have like so many units available, I guess it is pretty easy to defend. And possibly Lucifer might be going for the aggression himself. Either way, he is going to start, or he's going to continue creeping, starting with this Kobold camp. And it seems like it's just going to be mirrored for both sides. The ordering was a little different, but in essence, does the same things for both sides. Yeah, early expanse for both, and nothing else. Mass Archers versus Mass Ghouls. I'm not sure who would possibly win that fight. Ideally, the Ghouls could win, but like theoretically, Archers could just kite. I'm not sure if forever, since move speed is not their best forte, but yeah, we do have Sleeps versus Entangles, so kind of the same thing, I guess. Entangles obviously a little bit better since you can still attack and not break the CC, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see, as the Keeper going for some treant harassment here, entangling those acolytes, forcing Lucifer to retrain those, as we do have a Sleep Surround forcing the TP scroll on the Keeper, so nicely done there. thankfully Lucifer wasn't actually in progress of his Halls of the Dead, so losing a couple of acolytes doesn't really mean too much. Horde gold mine now completed, and that should be that. Nerubian Tower, I'm not sure if it's going to fully keep those treants out, but we do have a sentry ward at the expansion at least. Don't know where the second one is, if it was even placed down. Keeper, nope, he didn't actually place it down as he picks himself the Scroll of the Beast. Yeah, that could potentially be a good item since he is massing a lot of archers for himself. Huge spike in DPS as he picks up another +3 strength, so... Oh, actually he's out of inventory space, so he is probably going to sell the ring maybe. Ancient Wonders is nearly done, as tier 2 halfway there for Infi, as Lucifer just started his. We have Frenzy on the way, as not Frenzy, was it Cannibalize on the way. That would be weird. Tier 1 Frenzy would be broken. I did think someone suggested on Reddit Frenzy should be a tier 2 upgrade. I don't know. I think it makes Mass Ghoul opening probably maybe the go-to. I don't know, but that would be pretty significant buff for at least Mass Ghouls. But yeah, Cannibalize is the interesting one. Normally don't see it since actually I don't know why you normally don't see it, but here we go here with an engagement. We have 39 versus 38 as the Dreadlord is actually going to be forced to TP early. He is definitely at a numbers disadvantage because of those treants, and the Scroll of the Beast was popped. So, I mean, it was a trade between the Scroll of TP and the Scroll of Beast. Obviously the TP is more expensive and costs more, but didn't want to lose that disastrous fight, I guess. Goblin Lab is going to get cleared off of the Keeper as he hits level 4. He does have the Sobi Mask, so yeah, that is going to be a lot of treants in the future. Sleep onto the Keeper to prevent him from going for an entangle, but is just going to entangle the Dreadlord instead, as no TP scroll might potentially mean a death. We shall see, as both heroes just keep exchanging their crowd controls, as Infi just not quick enough on that wake up. It seems Book of the Dead was picked up and used, and those skeletons are going to hopefully pick up a couple of free kills here onto these low hit point units, as finally cleared out. Dreadlord, on the other hand, is also level 4, so that's interesting. We are having very high level first heroes for now. Does have 2+6 claws. Obviously, being melee, it's going to be rather difficult to get onto those units, but he can always transfer to a potential second hero if he needs to. Tier 2 is done, and Tier 3 is on its way, as we have triple Crypts. Okay. We are mass gargoyles, which could potentially be used to overwhelm the double Ancient of Winds that is coming in from Infi, as he not going Hunter's Hall means no Ancient of Laws, but it seems like Hunter's Hall is on the way anyway. It is just going to be archers and hippogriff riders, and I am curious to see who wins in that one, because gargoyles technically are a weaker version of a hippogriff, but in exchange they can attack on the ground. So let's see how well those gargoyles can match up against hippogriff slash riders, as you can see there, the Keeper just using the force of nature to create so many treants, and they just match up very well against those ghouls. Of course, ghouls do have a lifesteal aura, but is it really going to be enough? It doesn't seem so, as yeah, a couple of ghouls already been picked off there as they struggle to catch up on any of those units. But oh, here comes the treants. Some are going to expire very soon, but maybe they might get some free damage, as no, it seems that is not going to be the case. we did have an extra spirit tower placed down, so it's gonna make it very difficult for those treants to actually get some meaningful damage down. Hippogriff Riders are gonna be moving out, but gargoyles have been spotted, so we gotta be extremely careful. Gargoyles do a lot of damage anti-air wise, 61 to 70 at base damage, but it is melee, so kind of makes them sort of like hippogriffs. Yep, more Hippogriff Riders are being formed, as it is just gonna be a battle of the air units. Riders hiding at the back of the main base of Lucifer, and might be able to pick up free kills here, as there's no sort of towers nearby. Nubian Tower is right at the front. Of course, we are triple making gargoyles, so they hopefully might be able to push these guys away, but a single gargoyle is not going to be enough. Here comes the flock, and yikes, they completely demolished that health bar on that one hippogriff, forcing those archers to dismount. And yeah, I mean, sure, a couple of gargoyles have been taken down, but the comparison of the costs between a gargoyle and a hippogriff rider is pretty significant. And yeah, not only that, the archers also got taken down. Keeper did sneak in and use the trees against Lucifer, but in terms of like any meaningful damage, none of the acolytes might lose their lives. Never mind, Keeper just started attacking those guys. As the Dreadlord's finally here, probably gonna keep that Keeper in permanent sleep, as the treants are just gonna be cleaned up very soon. Another sleep onto the Keeper. He is level 6, so it's going to be really difficult to kill this guy. He also has TP Staff and TP Scrolls, so once he finally gets out, not much the Dreadlord can do. One final entangle to kill off that Acolyte. Just being very annoying in terms of economy, but yeah. Gargoyles seeming to do a very good job versus those Hippogriff/Riders, as we are not even going to be seeing any form of army composition transition, as yeah, it seems Infi is pretty confident in this matchup, which I don't think he is good against, but we'll see. Obviously, the Panda just recently got picked up to counteract those gargoyles. I think maybe 2 Breath of Fires that I think at least level 2 might be able to 2-shot these guys. But yeah, that is a lot of gargoyles. We are at... oh, Lucifer also got himself a level 6 on this Dreadlord. I did not notice, and that is going to bring down that Inferno from the air. As sadly he can't attack those hippogriffs, but he can, I believe the initial impact can stun air units. I don't know, but here comes the Tranquility here, and can those hippogriffs actually sustain the DPS of the gargoyles? It seems no, as the Dreadlord just quiets down the Keeper of the Grove there, putting him to sleep. Dreadlord is now out of mana, so no more sleeps available. He does have the Grain of Mana potion available, so he will be able to do that if he wants to. Another sleep onto the Keeper. Panda tossing out those Drunken Fires and Hazes, as yeah, all the hippogriffs have been taken down, but the Tree of Life is still alive, and yeah, we'll see for now. No more hippogriffs in the air, so the Tree of Life might not be able to live for a... or for... whatever. Lucifer's not actually focusing on the Tree of Life until now. Inferno hopefully doing the most damage, as there we go, expansion's finally down. It took a long time. Lucifer kind of worried about the defenses, which was pretty non-existent. But yeah, Infi's still going for those hippogriffs. I'm not sure if I agree with that too much, but I do see +1 attack upgrades on those hippogriffs as well. Or maybe those are for possible Ancient of Law units. Nope, no Ancient of Laws as far as I can tell, so no quick switcheroo, as he's going for Ancient of Wind number 3, so I'm not too sure on that. Yeah. Definitely not too sure on that, but Dark Wizard is going to get taken down. This will give level 3 over to the Panda there as he picks himself a lot of mana stealing, was it? Wow, that was a rather underwhelming item. I didn't realize how bad of items dropped from a level 8 camp, but oh well. Dreadlord on the other hand got himself a Mana Stone, and he has a lot of mana stuff. Pendum Energy has another greater mana potion and Mana Stone, so he is good on that front. Surprised that we don't see a second hero, but then again, he is already at level 7, so he has that plus, oh, not even level 3 Vampire Korra, so maybe he has Carrion Swarm, I don't know, but they would go with those. That's a lot of gargoyles. We are still at 51, oh no, the colors are messed up. We are at 69 supply for Lucifer, and we are at 57 for Infi, so despite Hippogriff Riders requiring 2 units, he's not massing as many units as he would hope for. He does have this expansion on the top right. It has mined about 1,000 gold, but has been spotted now by Lucifer. 2 Ancient Protectors probably not going to be enough to defend against this, as an Inferno does rain down from the sky, and despite Gargoyles not being too powerful in the air to ground up combat, with the help of the Infernal, those buildings actually just got demolished. Does cause a TP to come in, as we just have a huge Slaughterfest in the air. Tranquility is going to finally be used for the Dreadlord. He's searching for the Keeper. Where is the sleep? I don't know, but the Keeper of the Grove is going to get a very lengthy Tranquility, and that might actually be enough to turn the tables here, despite having so many gargoyles in the air. That Tranquility was kind of not what Lucifer wanted. Death Knight is at level 2 as the second hero for Lucifer to provide those instant heals, but yeah, oh, Carrion Swarm hopefully trying to get that Keeper to get killed, and there we go, level 3 very quickly for that Death Knight. Despite losing all those gargoyles, was able to pick up that Keeper, which was pretty good. Might be able to pick up the Panda as well. Dreadlord still has plenty of mana available, as the Panda is getting blocked by the Obsidian statue there, as a Death Coil picks up the killing blow. Yeah, that was kind of bad for Infi. Sadly, he couldn't replace his TV score because he just used it to defend his base, but yeah, lost both of his heroes. And since Lucifer has triple crypts, he can instantly, well, not instantly, but very quickly replenish his army. Infi, on the other hand, has to spend a fortune to revive his dead heroes, and of course he has to replenish his army as well. He didn't suffer very little losses from that previous fight either. He did suffer quite a bit. We'll be able to use Tranquility to heal up the health bars, but I don't see many archers on those hippogriffs. That might be a bit of a problem. Infernal's still on the ground. I'm pretty sure the cooldown's equal to its duration, so as soon as it dies, the new one comes in, but yeah, Dreadlord is running out of mana or right now. He did use both of his mana pots and mana stones, so he needs to be careful if he wants those constant sleeps or if he wants a new Infernal. Obviously Infernal doesn't sound that bad, so it's probably going to be the latter, but yeah. At least the good thing for Lucifer is that he did take down both of the expansions. The map still very bugged, even to this day, but oh well. And it should be about like 4 minutes until the gold mine collapses for both sides. Infernal did die out, but Lucifer might just be waiting for a good cluster so we can drop it down again. Entangle onto the Dreadlord. He does have the invuln if he wants it. Here comes the Infernal. Is going to hit the Keeper as Dreadlord and Death Knight sticks around, but there is no support from the Gargoyles. TP Scroll is going to be used by the Death Knight, as the two heroes are going to be able to retreat with the Infernal. yeah, probably didn't want to fight that, but it was kind of weird for him to actually go there in the first place if he was just going to retreat instantly, but oh well. Gargoyles might be very soon obsolete because, yeah, that is a lot of hippogriffs and a lot of riders as well. Lucifer might, I don't know, I don't know what's he waiting on. He is still pumping out from 3 crypts, so he's just waiting on the massing, but ooh, might be a bit of a problem very soon. Panda is at level 4, so he's only has level 2 Breath of Fire, but of course I think level 2 of those might be able to 2-shot those gargoyles. +3 attack versus +2/+2 hippogriffs and +1/+0 hippogriff riders. 67 for Lucifer and 60 for Infi.
Our gold mine has collapsed.
Oh, gold mine has indeed collapsed. It was just 2 minutes.
Your building is complete.
This one did, of course, last a little longer because of that early economic harassment. That huge blob of blue versus the very, very clumped up blob of red. Needs to be careful about any breath fires, and of course, the most important thing is the sleep on the Tranquility. Death Knight got caught out. He does have the invuln if he wants it. But here comes the fight. Drunken Fire onto those gargoyles are going to be pretty good damage for the Night Elf Flare. Tranquility into an invuln, so that is going to be a very, very disastrous fight for Lucifer. Can he hold out? He is still pumping from 3 crypts. Another Breath Fire is going to hit those gargoyles there. The Inferno dealing with the trees on the ground, but the air units have been completely wiped out for Lucifer. He is at 38 supply versus Infi's 50. Death Knight is going to die after one more Death Coil. The Shredder is actually contributing to this fight as well. Dreadlord might be able to pick up the Panda, but is that going to be enough? Karen Swarm is going to seal the deal, but he has a lot of air units to deal with right now. The crypts are still producing those gargoyles, but with so many hippogriffs still alive, and I believe Tranquility is very close to being off cooldown. Seems like this game is gonna go on a little longer as Infi is not confident enough to seal the deal, is re-entangling that gold mine with his Tree of Eternity, as yeah, the gold mine for Lucifer did collapse here over here. Death Knight is being revived as gargoyles are still being made. Is kind of suffering in gold for himself, so is moving his acolytes over to this gold mine. But yeah, that was not very good for Lucifer, sadly. He did look really good in the early stages to mid-game, but I think that just one fight where he couldn't find the Keeper for the sleep really hurt him, and yeah, his remaining forces are going to be wiped out. His Dreadlord, one Infernal drop there, but he is now out of pretty much options to do because Carrion Swarm is, I think, at level 1? Yeah, it's only at level 1, so it's not going to do too much. Entangle into possibly a kill here is going to sleep the Keeper, but the archers and the on those hippogriffs will be able to just finish the job, as there we go, level 8 Dreadlord taken out, as the Infernal still a bit of a problem, but that is not going to be enough to win the game, and that is going to be Infi taking this particular game. That was rather interesting. Both players kind of stuck to their army compositions, just kept hammering their way to it. Yeah, that was interesting. It's about time I've seen a full mass air battle, but I was hoping, you know, we would maybe have more than just gargoyles versus hippogriffs. But oh well, that is going to be that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again next time.